Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 different business ideas that you can start today for less than $1,000 and within 1 year, turn that $1,000 into a business that has over $100,000 in annual revenue. These are not exciting, glamorous businesses. They're gonna put you on the front of Entrepreneur Magazine or some fancy website. This is not going to be a place where you can raise money from Silicon Valley or from Wall Street, but I would rather get rich for sure than rich quick, in the words of Alex Hormozi. So let's go through these 9 different business ideas that I would recommend you start today. If you have less than $1,000, you don't have a whole bunch of skills, you don't know how to code, you didn't go to school, and you just need to get started and start making some money, here's 9 different business ideas. And I'm doing a couple of them, but you could absolutely take any of these business ideas and turn them into a $100,000 business. Now, the first business idea is pressure or soft wash. Now, most of us think of pressure washing when we think of cleaning because we've in the past thought of a big motor and you have hoses and a spray gun and you have lots of pressure to get the dirt, filth, mildew, moss off of a siding of a house, off of a driveway, and that's fine and good. However, you actually don't need a lot of pressure. If you get the right chemicals, you can do what's called soft wash, which means you don't need pressure, you don't need a big piece of equipment, and you can just tap into the water supply of the homeowner. This allows you to be able to spray on chemicals and then 30 minutes later, rinse it off. And by the way, it's usually better for the concrete, it's better for the siding of the house, especially if you're on the roof or any sort of other material that could get damaged by pressure. Soft wash is actually a really good idea. The second business idea is window washing. Now, window washing is going to be needed forever, especially in areas where there's high wind, bad weather, and you can basically find anywhere in the United States where you're at, there's going to be pockets of neighborhoods where there's specific types of climates that require more window washing. If you're next to the ocean, that salt spray is going to cause a film over all the windows that will need cleaned like a few times a year. So this is what I love about all these businesses, is it's not just a one-time project. You get to do it over and over and over again, because it's usually home maintenance and home improvement, which requires something to be done on a more repetitive cycle, allowing you to get recurring revenue. So it's not just $100,000 this year, it's $100,000 this year and next year and the next year after that, assuming that you have good quality customer service and you do a good job. Now, the third business idea is carpet cleaning. And yes, you could absolutely go from door to door and talk to neighbors and try to get them to get your carpet cleaning services. But what I would recommend is going after commercial as well as the real estate market. Because if you're doing commercial, for example, I own a gym, and Anytime Fitness gym, and we have to clean our carpets a couple times a year, and we pay really well for it. I'm not super micromanaging about it. I just need it done, and I just want someone to be able to come in at night. And so at the end of the day, you can get commercial contracts. You can also focus on real estate contracts, and that is get to know really good real estate agents and tell them that you will do their carpets and you'll give them a discount. If you're able to create these connections and these relationships with realtors and real estate brokers, they might literally have you cleaning several different houses per week before they are listed on the market, because a clean house with good carpet that's been cleaned by you is going to sell for a premium price when it goes on the market. Also, keep in mind, you don't need a whole bunch of equipment and hot water extraction machines to get this carpet cleaning business started. You can absolutely just go rent a rug doctor or a very simple machine from a True Value for $30, $40 a day, and then go make $300, $400 in a day using that machine as a rental. The fourth business idea that I would actually start if I wasn't already deep into my business career is actually unclogging drains, because it's actually very, very simple to do, but people are willing to pay an exorbitant amount of money when their drains are literally just clogged, whether it be their shower drain or their sinks. And a lot of times these are very simple fixes. Now, you don't need to be a plumber. You don't need to be able to fix the pipes or behind walls in order to be able to do a good rooter service. That's kind of what this is, a rooter service. But unclogging the drains of any house, people are willing to pay $50, $100, and you could literally do it in a matter of a few minutes. It's really going to come down to marketing in your local area, so that when people search on Google or on a search engine for rooter or for a plumber, that you pop up first, and you just want to focus on unclogging drains. You get a snake, and again, these are things that you can absolutely rent, and you don't need to go buy a bunch of equipment from day one. The fifth business idea is driveway sealing. And again, the reason I love this one is because it needs to be done every so often. Every several years, you got to reseal driveways. And the reason for that is because of concrete and asphalt being porous. They absorb water, and that's why a lot of times they'll discolor, they'll buckle, they'll break apart, is because they absorb moisture. So if you're able to seal it, not only can you do a clear seal to protect it from water, you can actually get into the business of coloring the stain, so that way you can actually make really cool designs on someone's concrete. But there's definitely a market in neighborhoods that have really nice homes to be able to go from door to door and simply try to sell them on a few $100s worth of a driveway ceiling, allowing them to extend the lifespan of their concrete without needing it to be redone every 15 or 20 years. The sixth business idea that you can start for less than $1,000 and turn into a $100,000 business within 12 months is going to be janitorial, because everyone needs things cleaned. And especially after COVID-19 in 2020, people are very much more cleanliness conscious. And so whether it be office buildings, dental, healthcare, or potentially even homeowners that need their properties cleaned, this is definitely a great opportunity. Now, as the baby boomer generation is getting older into their 70s and 80s, they no longer can physically do these type of jobs that I'm describing today. So janitorial, maybe, in the past they were able to vacuum, maybe they were able to dust up on the top of the cabinets, but now that's becoming harder and harder physically for them to be able to do. So if they can know, like, and trust you to come into their house and clean for them, this is a great opportunity. The seventh business idea is flooring installation. This could be carpets, this could be hardwood, this could be vinyl plank. Now this one might take a little bit more skill, but I'm always amazed that whenever I have a renovation happen on one of my rental properties, the general contractor that I hire, they just sub that work out to very entry-level workers that are able to knock out these carpets and flooring very, very quickly and efficiently. It doesn't take a lot of skill or know-how in order to do flooring and carpet. And if you do it enough, you get really efficient at it. And again, just make really good connections with contractors that don't want to do that type of work themselves. They'd rather focus on the framing or the electrical or the more detailed painting and larger type jobs. You can do the flooring. They can even have the flooring delivered to the property, and all you do is install it. That is, again, a very simple service that, if you create the right connections, can be a gravy train of work coming in all the time. The eighth business idea that might not be necessarily home improvement is a mobile hair salon or barber service, where instead of people coming to a shop, you would have to spend a lot of money getting a big lease and putting in chairs and a whole bunch of painting and utilities and all the rest of it. Instead of doing that and them coming to you, why don't you go to them? Where you set up shop at their office space, or maybe at a hospital, or a place where people work, or maybe you actually go to their home, or even a nursing home where people are already at, and you can schedule to be there and come to them for their barber service, or even a hair salon. You can color. So really, all these ideas are very low cost. It's just a little bit of ingenuity for this one, and that is you being mobile. Some business ideas just need a little bit of ingenuity. And one thing you can do is, every single business that you go and leave your house for, you can just ask yourself, what if instead of me going to them, they came to me? And you can be that service in your local market. So I mentioned hair salons, but you could do this for oil changes and a host of other services that you typically need to go to them. Why don't you be that service that's willing to go to the customer directly and charge a premium price, because you're gonna have to drive. It's more convenient for them, and the ability to save the customer time is why they're willing to come to you over your competition. The ninth and final business idea is gutter and roof cleaning. This is a great one because no one wants to get on their house, especially when someone is older. Even if their own home, they don't necessarily want to get on a ladder or get on a steep incline. And so you can absolutely make a business getting on ladders, or potentially even just renting the equipment to be able to have a really long pole and suck out all the debris out of the gutters. This is a great way to be able to service that baby boomer that has plenty of money. They have great real estate assets, but they need to protect those assets by making sure that the roof is cleaned and the gutters are cleaned out. This prevents mildew, this prevents rotting, and trust me, replacing a new roof is a whole lot more expensive than just maintaining it a few times a year. You can be that service and make that money. Now today I was sharing how to get to $100,000 in annual revenue. If you're interested, watch this video here on how you can get to $250,000 in annual revenue using one simple metric. Because as you grow your business up to $100,000, you're gonna be seeing how much revenue you make and all the different parts of your business, but there's really only one thing that will get you from $100,000 all the way up to $250,000 in annual revenue. I'm Mike Andes. Check the links in the description for more information, or go to mikeandes.com.